Hey everyone, it's Ken here from Northern Viking Everyday. Today I've got a quick PC building tutorial for you. We're going to be showing you how to install this Corsair H100X RGB Elite AIO CPU cooler. We're going to be doing this on a Ryzen 9 9900X and an AM5 socket on an ASUS TUF Gaming X670E Plus Wi-Fi motherboard with a Corsair iCUE 4000D RGB mid-tower PC case. Now, of course, if you're interested in any of that, it's all linked below in the description. Let's go ahead and dive right into installing this Corsair CPU cooler. So let's start out with getting our radiator all set up. We'll get the fans mounted on it and then the correct bracket on our block here. So the first thing we need to do is imagine how our radiator is going to be installed in our PC case. So for myself, I'm going to be installing it at the top of the case and then having the hoses come down. And then my block, of course, is going to go right onto my CPU, which is going to be roughly in this area somewhere. So once we know the direction of our radiator, we can have a closer look at our fans. So the fans get mounted on the bottom side of the radiator like that, but it is important to make sure these are mounted in the correct direction. So if you have a look around the fan here on one of the sides right here, you're going to see there's some arrows and one of them is pointing through the fan, giving you the airflow direction. So you can see the air goes from this side here where the Corsair logo is right through to the back. The other thing to keep in mind is the cable location. So if you mount it like this, your cables are going to come out of the front. We don't want that. We want them going to the back. So make sure that the logo is facing down and your cables are at the back. So that fan is going to go on right there. Then the same thing with the other fan. I want those cables at the back. We're going to mount that one right there. So I'm just going to flip the radiator down here so we can easily put the screws in. And one thing I'm noticing here, the cables again are coming out of this fan right there. I like that location, but this fan here, they're coming out over on this side, and I'd prefer the cables to be in the same area so I can strap them together. So I'm gonna just rotate my fan a quarter turn there so that they're all in the same area. Now we can go ahead and grab our screws. So this is the hardware package that came in the box. And there's a ton of screws and nuts and washers in here. We're looking for the longer ones. They look just like that. We need 8 of those, so you can collect all 8 of those out of here. There we go. And then on our fans, you can see there's holes in all 4 corners of the fans, and those should align with the threaded screw holes here on the corner of the radiator. So those are on both sides. So we can go ahead and start putting in those screws. I would just get them to all thread before I tighten them down, so you can do that part by hand. Just like that. Make sure it's straight and the wires are sticking out and not getting pinched. And then we'll do the second fan. Just like that. And you can see those are Phillips screw heads. So we're going to grab our Phillips screwdriver. Make sure it's not too big or too small. You don't want to strip these screws or you won't be able to get it apart down the road if you need to. So we'll go ahead and tighten those down. Not too tight, just nice and snug. And again, double check that no cables are being pinched here while you do that. And then the other fan, the same thing. Again, not too tight, just nice and snug. There we go. Now from here I need to replace the brackets on my block. So it comes pre-installed with the Intel bracket on here. So if you're using Intel, just leave that on. But I'm using an AMD AM5 socket, so I'll need to replace it with these brackets here. If you're using AM4, you'll have to replace it as well. On the bottom here, there's a plastic cover protecting the copper plate and thermal pad there. So we're just going to remove that. Try not to touch the thermal pad or the copper plate. We don't want to get any grease or anything on there. So here's that bracket. Again, that's the Intel bracket. These just come off by sliding them out like that. And then you can take the AMD bracket and slide it on in the same spot, just like that. And then we'll do the other side. Just like that. So again, AMD and Intel. So jumping over to my PC case, this is the Corsair iCUE 4000D RGB Airflow mid-tower PC case. we can take our radiator here and we can line it up, make sure it's going to fit properly. So we can kind of dry fit it there. And I'm actually just going to flip up my PC case here so we can put in the mounting screws on the top. So in our hardware pack, there's 8 little screws and 8 washers. Make sure you put a washer on each screw, and these are for mounting the radiator to the top of our PC case. And I find the easiest way to do this is to lift the radiator up with one hand and align the screw holes with the cutouts here. I'm going to be using the ones that are further out, so it gives a little bit more clearance for my RAM. And we're going to take some screws, and I'm going to just again finger tighten them so the radiator stays in place. Put a couple of them in so it holds it. And now we can slide it back and forth and position it exactly where we want it. So I think I'm going to go right about there. And then we can screw in the other 6 screws. And again, you can double check your location here, and then we're going to go ahead and tighten these down. And again, not too tight, just nice and snug. You don't want to strip those screws. Go to the middle here, kind of a crisscross pattern. There we go. Now again, I'm doing an AMD AM5 build, but if you're doing an Intel build, you'll need to remove the back panel of your PC case and put this back bracket on the back side of your motherboard. There are some standoffs in here, just depending on what socket you're using. So do keep that in mind if you're doing an Intel build. But over here on my AMD motherboard, it's already got the back plate installed. I just need to remove these screws here and remove these plastic pieces. So I can go ahead and do that. There's 2 here at the bottom. And then that plastic piece comes off just like that. And I'll do the other one as well. This is also something you can do before you install the radiator if you want a little bit more space. There we go. And then in our AMD hardware bag, there's 4 standoffs here that go back into the screws from the brackets we just removed. So those screw right in down here. And just for your reference, the thread on these standoffs is slightly different on both sides. So only one side will thread into the mount on your motherboard. And from here we can grab our block. I've got my RGB and power cables coming out of the top, and then my hoses coming out of the side, and they wrap around to the radiator here. Now I do want to mention, again, on the back side, it does have a thermal pad on there, so I don't need to apply thermal paste. So I'm just going to line this up and slowly lower it down into place. Just like that, and I'll keep some pressure on it. Now in the hardware package, there was 4 thumb screws for tightening this down. So I'm going to put those on the screws in the corner. I'm not going to tighten them down all the way. I'm just going to get them started. And I'll go kind of in a crisscross pattern here. In the back corner. And then I'm going to tighten it down evenly. So I'll start here in the one corner. Give it a few turns. Go to the opposite corner. Go to this corner here. And then this corner. And I'm just going to follow that pattern. And we'll tighten them up nice and snug. Not too tight. You don't want to strip those screws. Just like that. Now you might be saying, oh, you installed it in the wrong direction. The Corsair logo is pointing the wrong way. Don't worry, this is magnetic. And you can just turn it and have it in whatever direction you like. So let's move on to plugging all our cables in here for our pump head as well as our 2 RGB fans. We'll start out with the power connectors and then move on to RGB after that. Now for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to plug everything in here on the front. I'm not going to do any cable management right now, so you can see where everything plugs in. So from my pump head, I've got a cable here, and this is a female 3-pin connection, and this plugs in right at the very top, way back up here. I've got a couple of ports. I've got an AIO pump, and that's where I'm going to be plugging this one in today. If you don't have that, you can do the CPU fan right next to it. Now those are 4-pin headers. You can see there's kind of a plastic notch on them, and I'm just going to use up the 3 pins that have the plastic notch for these ones. So I'm going to plug this right into the AIO pump connection right up at the top. There we go. And then from each of the fans, there's these female 4-pin fan connectors here. And in the box, I did have a splitter here. So we're going to connect these to the splitter. So there's the male on this end. We're just going to connect those to each of the fans like that. Make sure they're going in the correct direction. So both fans are connected to this splitter now. And then I can go ahead and take this 4-pin fan connection and plug it in way at the top here above the RAM. There's the CPU fan header. There's a little tab there. Make sure you're plugging it in the correct direction. Now I should mention, if you've already used your CPU fan connection for your pump head, then you can put your CPU fans over into the CPU optional connection. And now we can move on to the RGB cabling. So coming from the pump is a 4-pin female, and then coming from each of the fans is a 4-pin female as well. And in the box, it did come with a splitter as well. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in. On the splitter, the one end is going to connect to our motherboard. That's the female 3-pin. And if we follow that cable along, we'll get to the first connection here. So the first connection, it says to connect your pump head to the first one. So we'll just line that up and we can slide it together. Make sure you're putting it in the correct direction, like that. And then if we follow along some more, we'll see 2 more. And these can be connected to our fans. So there's 1. And 2. And then the ARGB connection can be plugged into one of my ARGB ports. I have a couple of them up here at the top. I'll plug those in. There we go. Alternatively, if you're looking for the full iCUE experience and you have an RGB hub or something like the iCUE Command Core XT, you can plug your RGB cables directly into this, but do keep your pump head plugged directly into your motherboard. So now that my wiring's all complete, I'll finish off my build and then come back to you so you can see what the RGB lighting looks like. So I've got the cooler all installed and those RGB fans look great, fully customizable with the iCUE software. The blockhead looks great there as well with the lighting in it. Now with the benchmarking I've done, this has done a great job so far in keeping my AMD Ryzen 9 9900X cool. So really happy with that. So I hope this quick install video of the Corsair H100X RGB Elite Performance Liquid CPU Cooler helped you out. If it did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.